So I've come to a place called Takikawa. It's a small town about 80 kilometers or 50 miles north of Sapporo. And I've come to photograph some flowers. And not just some flowers, huge fields of flowers. These yellow flowers called nanohana. Now in English they're called rapeseed. And I much prefer the Japanese name, but these rapeseed fields are in bloom, full bloom at the moment. Huge swaths of the landscape are just covered by these absolutely beautiful yellow flowers. Now, rapeseed, I'm not sure if you know, it gets turned into canola oil. So it's a small part of the local economy here, local business. So I have parked my car just down, boom, right there. There is a big problem because this is all farmland here and we don't want to encroach on the farmer's land at all. And so I brought my bicycle, as you can see, and I was planning on parking my bicycle in this, it's kind of like a rest stop. It's called a Michi no Eki. It's in America, I guess it would be like a rest stop. Except everybody has had the same idea. And there was a line probably an hour long to just get into the parking lot. So I decided to just head up the mountain and find a little spot on the side here. I don't have to use my bicycle just yet, but I will at some point during this trip. Now you can see, look at this beautiful landscape about me here. It's inspiring. It's good for the soul. So here we go. Let's have a great time today. So I really like that cluster. I think it's black locust. And the leaves have not come out on it yet. And so you can really see the full architecture of the tree, which is beautiful. The wind's died down just a little bit. I probably should be shooting. With the nanohana in the foreground and those trees in the background, I think it's quite beautiful. But this drives me a little bonkers. I wish that I could get an angle without that in there, but unfortunately, if I go too far over to the left, then we lose that clear definition of actually, it's not 4 trees, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trees. Okay, so I'm learning to count still, folks. I love that shape, and I love it with all of those nanohana in the foreground. I discovered a quiet little nook on the back side of a field. It had a perfect view of a small farmhouse with layered mountains in the distance. Since the light was not ideal, and I thought sunrise would be best, I decided that this would be my first location the following morning. I found it. So there were some trees here that really contrast amazingly with the fields. They're dead trees, they're stark, they're just pointy and jagged, and there's a ton of people here, so I think no problem with parking my car. This spot was probably the most majestic landscape of all the locations I visited in Takikawa. The sun was getting lower in the sky, which made the flowers glow even more dramatically. As is usually the case, once the light starts to cooperate, you start to find beautiful images to take. The clouds in the background are really what make this for me. The clouds, the blue sky, the trees, and the flowers in the foreground with those nice lines just directing the eye straight back to the back of the image here. Beautiful and exactly what I was hoping for. Hey, good morning everyone. It's 3:30 in the morning. Blue hour, golden hour. Starts in 15 minutes and sunrise is 15 minutes after that. So sunrise is at 4 o'clock. Happens really quick here in Hokkaido. So I'm going to get to work and hopefully my dream for this shot is going to come true today. So there's nothing like the fresh smell of farmland in the morning to wake you up. Whew! Very acidic on the nose. Yeah. So I am just waiting now for the light. I have my composition set up. I'm quite happy with it. I'm a little concerned that the mountains in the background are not going to be clear. I was expecting a little bit of partly cloudy skies, but in the background it's actually quite cloudy. So I'm not sure how much of the light from the sun is going to be hitting those mountains, but I think the scene itself, everything that I was hoping for, seems to be working out except for those clouds in the background. So we'll see how it goes. I am a bit disappointed with the light. I was expecting a little bit more. Now it's another 15 minutes, I suppose, before it's full daylight, which means that all of that amazing color of sunrise is going to be dissipated. We'll see. There was no dramatic light as I had envisioned. This more subtle blue hour shot was the best I could capture this time around. So I didn't get the shot that I was hoping for this morning, but I did get a nice shot. I think a large part of landscape photography is managing expectations. Landscape photography teaches me a lot about life, and maybe one of them is you can't always get what you want. I am at the Michinoeki, the roads rest stop area. There's not that many people here now as opposed to yesterday when I first arrived. And I've gotten my bike down. I'm going to go into the flatlands and most likely just shoot some B-roll. But if anything strikes my fancy, I'll grab my stills camera and get to work. What I love about this is this very modern pink car in front of this old wooden house with all of these flowers in the front. Boy, does it tell a story. Nice. All right, I think I've got my image. Now, I've driven down one of these little farming access roads. I mean, the regular roads, but to be honest, I think only the farmers and the people who live here use these roads. I'm really glad that I decided to ride my bicycle, and this video camera is mounted on the bicycle seat. Now, what drew me to this location here is actually this big, beautiful tree here. And I just started to shoot some B-roll of it, and I noticed that there are some nanohana, some rapeseed flowers here on the side of the road. Now, typically the flowers are in the fields, and obviously I don't want to disrespect the farmers, so I'm not going into the fields. But I really wanted to get a nice close-up shot of the flowers. This is my opportunity. The sun is now behind a patch of clouds, which is softly diffusing the light, which is perfect for this kind of shot. I noticed that there is one little flower that is more profile to me. And in doing that, it completely stands out from the other flowers, which seem to all be facing towards me. So there's three things that I'm doing to help make this a very ethereal, soft, beautiful image. I'm overexposing, I'm shooting at f4.5, and I'm zoomed in. So all of these things in conjunction are making this very soft, very ethereal. There's a lot of bokeh and blur throughout the image. Also, the diffused light is really helping with this as well. There's no deep, dark shadows. Everything is soft and beautiful. So I think I'm going to wrap up this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, as always, for giving me your time. I very much appreciate the fact that anybody wants to watch my channel and follow me on these adventures. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, share with your friends if you're so inclined. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.